I often think what my life would be like if I hadn't been given up for adoption. She wasn't ready to be a mom yet. She was young. It just wasn't the right time for her. But I've written a few letters to my birth mother, just like thanking her for how selfless that was and how I know that wasn't an easy decision. So in my letter, I really hammered home, if you're ever worried that you made the wrong decision, I promise you didn't. I love my life. I could never thank you enough for the sacrifice.
And you've always said that you recognize that, like, you wanted her to know that you don't feel like any negative feelings towards her. You recognize it was a decision made out of love for you.
I would say that I would not view adoption as a negative outcome. I would view it as a positive outcome, and it's easy to, I think, put yourself in that situation and think like, I have to give up my baby and I'm never gonna have a relationship with them and like they're gonna be ashamed of me. And as a child of an adoptive mother, like I said, I don't feel any of those things. I just feel like, wow, you were so sacrificial and loved me so much that you wanted that life for me.
We always had adoption in the back of our head just because Adam was adopted. We thought that was really cool. We felt like it would be a really cool way to expand our own family and also honor like the choices of his parents and his birth mother. So Zoe was born in July of 2019, and about a month after she was born, we found out that she had spinal muscular atrophy, which is a degenerative neuromuscular disease. Previously, it had not a very good outlook, but we were lucky to find out that there was treatment for it now.
It's a purely genetic. I think 1 in 50 people are a carrier of this gene. Kait and I both happen to be 1 in 50. And then even then the math was there's a 25% chance that your children will have this disease. So Zoe unfortunately got 1 in 50 and 1 in 50, and then on top of that she got the 25% pie. So now we're kind of, okay, we want more kids, but like if we're just gonna, do it naturally, there's still that 25% risk. That's not changing, that's pretty constant.
And so while we had always had adoption in the back of our head, after that, it did cause us to consider that quicker. And so when Zoe was 2, we started working with Lutheran Family Service. And I'd say that probably prior to our own adoption, I wasn't really aware of the types of relationships that you can have post-adoption with with the birth mother or the birth parents.
Well, because when I was adopted, everything was basically closed and
yeah.
Social media didn't exist and there was no way to just text somebody.
And we were open to the possibility of an open adoption, but even then, I don't know that I really understood what that could look like. I had the opportunity to meet the birth mom and her mom before she had Oliver. She had wanted to meet us when she was making her decision, and then her and I actually met up one more time before Oliver was born, just because having more of a relationship with me was really important to her. So I had gotten to meet them both a couple times before Oliver was born. And then when we got the call that he was born and that we could come to the hospital.
So looking back, it was obviously all worth it. Now, 2 years later, like, she's thriving, she's doing really well, all things considered.
And we have an open relationship with her, so
we FaceTime with her
once a
month. They've come to our house 2 or 3 times, her and her mom.
I think for us, like, it was different having an open adoption, an open relationship, but really what we've learned is that it's just more people to love Ollie and be part of his life. I think a lot about that and the beauty of adoption, how it's something that's really hard for the birth mom and for her mom as well to do that, but then just how it blessed our family. It's just more people to love Ollie and be part of his life, and that's kind of an amazing thing. So,
which we chose the name Oliver for peace, like the olive tree. And I know that we have peace and she has peace on her good days. I understand there's bad days, but that was our hope, was that just peace would be present throughout everyone's decision. I know wholeheartedly my mom made the right decision and that I was raised by the parents I was supposed to be raised by, and we have a closed adoption, and that's our path. But Ollie's mom made her decision. That was the best decision for Ollie. They have an open relationship. She's in his life still. And so for a birth mom, just not viewing this as like the end of a sad chapter, but maybe the start of a new one.
We have had the immense joy of having a relationship with her since Ollie's been born, and we have been able to say a lot of these things to her. I mean, thank you doesn't suffice in any way, but really, yeah, just thank you for giving him that choice and for just giving us such a gift in having him as our son. I think that we've learned that God ultimately has the best plan.